Hello and welcome. You're watching News Now on TV360 Nigeria. Adamu Mohammed has officially been confirmed as the Inspector General of the Nigeria Police Force. Mohammed, who has been performing in acting capacity, was confirmed by the Council of State during a meeting in Abuja. The meeting was chaired by President Muhammadu Buhari. It also had in attendance Chairman of the Police Service Commission, Musilu Smith, and the 36 governors of the Federation. Mohammed was appointed in the acting capacity on January 15 when he took over from the former IGP, Ibrahim Idris. Still on security matters, President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered a probe into the recent attacks in Katsina State. Scores of people were killed after gunmen attacked 3 communities in the northwestern state. Expressing shock and sadness over the incident, the president assured Nigerians that peace and stability will be restored in the polity. Buhari also commiserated with the governor and people of Katsina State. He has now directed the Inspector General of Police and Chief of Defense Staff to constitute an assessment team to intervene immediately. Katsina is the home of the president. Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, has debunked reports that some assets belonging to the Nigerian government in the United Kingdom will be confiscated if the sum of $6.5 billion is not paid to a British firm over a gas deal. At a press briefing held in Abuja, Malami said contrary to the report published by an online media outlet, the case is still ongoing and no judgment had been delivered yet. The matter is between Process and Industrial Development Limited, PNID, and the federal government of Nigeria.
The federal government of Nigeria is in effect vigorously defending its interest in the United Kingdom. It is entirely proper for Nigeria to raise and to strongly assert all available and proper defenses to the claims brought by P&ID. The foregoing facts are true state of things, and contrary to the false aversions widely being circulated online that if Nigeria fails to pay the judgment fine before the 15th day of February 2020, P&ID can enforce the award against Nigeria by seizing its assets in the United Kingdom. That aversion is false and indeed does not represent the true position of things.
Lawmakers at the Nigerian Senate have set up a committee to probe the alleged operation of drug trafficking syndicates in airports across the country. This comes a month after 22-year-old Zainab Aliyu was released from Saudi Arabia after she was arrested over allegations of drug trafficking. The decision to set up the committee was taken after the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Foreign Affairs and Diaspora, Abike Dabiri Erewa, appeared before the lawmakers. She urged them to take action to provide adequate security surveillance in Nigerian airports and ensure all scanners are functioning.
We're talking about scanners and customs. The thing is, are scanners even working? Are the scanners at our airports working? There's virtually no security surveillance at our airports. And I think in moving forward, we just have to forget about blame game, but work to ensure that we have proper security surveillance at our airports, CCTV cameras and all that. Because secondly is that Zainab and Ibrahim's case was an inside job. There were people in there that are experts in doing this to other people's bags. So where are they and who are they? And then thirdly, the airlines. I'm sorry to say, in all cases we've investigated, only 2 airlines have been involved. Ethiopian Airlines and Egypt Air. Never Medview, never Saudi Air, never Cabo, never Emirates. No airline. All the cases, I didn't say some, all. It's been Ethiopian Air and Egypt Air. So those 2 airlines, you have to first of all ensure compulsory baggage identification. Everybody going on that route, you must ensure that every passenger identifies their bags. If they don't do that, don't carry those bags. Because there are cartels inside there working on this thing.
This matter must be treated seriously, and the Senate has endorsed that we have to investigate this matter. And I assure you we take it up seriously, and we bring anybody to book found wanting, and we will submit our report, and we request also federal government to implement our investigation or do a proper additional investigation.
The bill to upgrade Yaba College of Technology to a full-fledged university has scaled through the second reading in the red chambers. The bill, sponsored by Senator Gbenga Ashafa, reads that the conversion will encourage the advancement of learning for all persons with the opportunity of acquiring a higher and liberal education. The Senate also passed for second reading a bill seeking the establishment of Federal Polytechnic Iwerekun, Ibejileki, Lagos, which was also sponsored by Senator Gbenga Ashafa.
This Federal Polytechnic Ibejileki, Lagos State, to provide full-time courses in technology, applied science, management, and other fields of studies to make provisions for its general administration. The objects of the Polytechnic shall be to A. Provide full-time or part-time courses of instruction and training in technology, applied science, commerce, and management. And 2. In such other fields of applied learning relevant to the needs of the development of Nigeria in the area of industrial and agricultural production and distribution, and for research in the development and adaptation of techniques as the Council may from time to time determine. The bill essentially seeks to transform the Institute of Technology Yaba to the City University of Technology Yaba. Nigeria's steady march towards education for all in the shortest possible time has taken a giant leap with the introduction of this bill for Act to provide for the establishment of the City University of Technology Yaba and other related matters. I am personally excited by the prospect of transforming this polytechnic to a University of Technology because it will motivate both students and academic staff, just as it will upgrade its facilities and enhance its capability to achieve its objectives.
In his ruling, President of the Senate, Bukola Saraki, committed the bill to Senate Committee on Tertiary Education and TET Fund to report within 1 week for further legislative action.
A bill for an act to provide for the establishment of the City University of Technology, Yaba, Lagos State, and for other matters there in 2019, second reading. This bill is now referred to Committee on Tertiary Institutions and TET Fund and report back within the week.
Ekiti State Governor Kayode Fayemi has been elected the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum. Fayemi was chosen by a consensus after he was nominated by Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, with Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa seconding his nomination. Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tamboa will act as Fayemi's deputy in the Governors Forum. Meanwhile, Bayelsa State Governor Siriaki Dixon has emerged chairman of the People's Democratic Governors Forum. Dixon's emergence was announced after a meeting by the forum in Abuja. The meeting had in attendance Senate President Bukola Saraki, Speaker of the House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara, and National Chairman of the PDP Uche Secondus. Until his emergence as the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, Dixon was the chairman of the PDP's Standing Committee on Reconciliation and co-chairman Southern Governors Forum. A fresh batch of 195 Nigerians stranded in Libya have been repatriated into the country. The Lagos coordinator for the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Idris Mohammed, confirmed their return on Thursday. He says this new batch, he says this new set is the 69th batch of returnees brought back by the International Organization for Migration and the European Union under the Assisted Voluntary Returnees Program. A breakdown of the returnees list shows that they comprise of 71 female adults, 25 female children, and 17 female infants. They also include 60 male adults, 12 male children, and 10 male infants. As of March 15, more than 12,500 Nigerians have been returned from Libya under the Assisted Voluntary Returnees Program, which began in April 2017. The Federal High Court in Lagos has convicted Callistus Obi, a former acting Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA. Obi was found guilty of fraudulently mismanaging the sum of 136 million naira meant for the agency. The offense was reportedly committed on August 5, 2014. According to the prosecutor, which is EFCC, and the former staff of NIMASA conspired to convert the money from NIMASA accounts. The offense contravenes the provisions of Section 15 and 18A of the Money Laundering Prohibitions Act 2012. The court has, however, deferred sentencing to a later date. Nuclear weapons pose a direct and constant threat to people everywhere, and they breed fear and mistrust among nations. This is the concern of International Campaign to Abolish Nuclear Weapons, ICAN, the global civil society coalition. The body is urging member states of the Economic Community of West Africa, ECOWAS, to join in the promotion of adherence to full implementation of the Treaty of the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons.
ECOWAS is obviously the strongest regional voice. The ECOWAS Parliament in particular has a crucial role to play in encouraging its member states to take a step to rid the world of nuclear weapons and their devastating effects by joining the TPNW. ECOWAS member states have the right and the responsibility to protect Africa and the world from the impact of nuclear weapons, to lead the development of an illegal norm against the nuclear weapons, and ensure that their complete elimination is achieved.
The Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons is a beacon of hope, a hope that humanity will one day be freed of the threat of nuclear warfare and the massive suffering which we all know would result. The treaty is an indispensable and long-awaited building block toward a world free of nuclear weapons. The treaty provides a solid foundation to achieve this goal. First, it clearly and comprehensively prohibits nuclear weapons. The treaty thus reinforces the taboo against their use and is a further disincentive for their proliferation. Second, it provides pathways for the elimination of nuclear weapons. The treaty is a concrete step towards fulfilling existing nuclear disarmament obligations, notably those under the Non-Proliferation Treaty.
The Progressive Yoruba Youth Council says President Muhammadu Buhari administration has built a strong economic and security team to reclaim the nation's lost glory. President of the group, Desmond Abiona, at a press conference affirmed that the security and economic sectors have no doubt rejuvenated in the past 4 years. He also notes that the economy and security sectors are making tremendous progress under the current administration.
We have seen Emefele's excellent performance in reworking a battered Nigeria economy, which has repositioned it on the path of repaired progress. His re-emergency as CBN boss, by every standard of appraisal, reflects the competency rooted in his verifiable, credible, and visible performance, which express the Buhari proclivity. Similarly, Progressive Yoruba Youth Council is contented to state without fear of contradiction or favor that after a painstaking and meticulous investigation on the security challenges in Nigeria from 2015 to date, we came to the inevitable and honest conclusion that the current team of security chiefs assembled by President Buhari as soon as he assumed office are very competent.
You're still watching News Now on TV360 Nigeria. We'll be right back with business after this.
Corruption not in my country.
Hello, Alahaji. Right now I'm in Abuja. No. Hello, Adamu. Right now I'm in Kano. Yes. When I get back, I will just call you. Look, what is wrong with you? I'm talking on the phone and you are gesticulating and doing. What's wrong with you?
Daddy, where exactly are we as we speak?
Are you alright? This is Lagos.
Well, you just lied to someone that we're in Abuja.
Keep quiet. Who told you you can tell an elderly person is lying?
Daddy, you just lied. And by lying, you're raising corrupt children for the future of Nigeria. That is corruption, not in my country.
Corruption not in my country. Corruption not in my country.
Hello? Yeah, I found your wallet in front of a supermarket. Meet me at Apple Junction. Yes, I'll be waiting for you.
Now we find out. Two of us.
Thank you very much, officer. You know, it's surprising that men like you still exist in the police force.
Yes, so.
Oh, yes.
This is just a token of my appreciation.
Oh, no, you don't need to do this. We're only doing our job.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
You're welcome.
Now I know police is really my friend.
Yes.
Friend. Hey. Okay, which came up with this one? I don't understand.
You know your problem. You are greedy. I'm a policeman who is doing his job. All forms of corruption in the force. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, says Nigeria must prepare for the next global economic crisis. Emefiele says although Nigeria has made significant economic progress in the past few years, more efforts must be made to reduce the country's unemployment rate. He also stressed that the introduction of the investors and exporters windows has helped shore up the country's external reserves. The Apex Bank governor also adds the turnover in the importer-exporter window had reached over $48 billion since the inception of the window, and that the nation's foreign exchange reserve has risen to $45 billion in April 2019 from $23 billion in October 2018. Nigeria's electricity generation plunged to 2,616.7 megawatts on Tuesday, a day after heavy rainfall in Lagos damaged some power facilities and worsened supply in parts of the state. Total power generation declined to 3,978.5 megawatts as of Monday from 4,297 megawatts on. This is according to data by the Electricity System Operator, an arm of the Transmission Company of Nigeria. The Electricity System Operator also revealed that Nigeria's installed generation capacity currently stands at 12,910.40 megawatts, while the available capacity is at 7,652.60 megawatts, and the transmission wheeling capacity at 8,100 megawatts. It adds that the peak generation ever attained stands at 5,375 megawatts. Nigeria's debt profile rose by 12.27 trillion naira between June 2015 and December 31st, 2018. This is according to data released by the Debt Management Office, DMO. According to the report, Nigeria's debt profile grew from 12.12 trillion naira as of June 20, 2015 to 24.39 trillion naira as of December 31st, 2018. This means that within the period of 3.5 years or 42 months, the country's debt profile rose by 12.27 trillion naira. This reflects 101.23% in the country's debt profile within the period. Much of the debts belong to the federal government, whose debt profile as of December 31, 2018 stood at 19.23 trillion naira. On the other hand, the debt profile of the subnational governments in the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory stood at 5.15 trillion naira. Stock market review is up next right after this break. Please stay tuned. For the sixth consecutive day, the bulls are dominating activities at the Nigerian stock, pushing the all-share index up by more than 3,000 units to close at 31,477 basis points. The market capitalization, on the other hand, stands at 13.864 trillion naira, a much healthier version of what we saw 6 days ago. Once again, the market breadth is closing negative with 24 losers against 13 gainers, but performing better than it did yesterday. The Consumer Goods Index, which made its biggest gain sectorally, I beg your pardon. Leading the pack of gainers is Nestle, whose share price is appreciating by 45 naira. It is closely followed by Better Glass, Mobile, and MTN Nigeria. Conversely, we see that the worst performing stocks today are Flour Mill, Nascon Allied, and it is closely followed by Dangote Flour. Dangote Flour, which was trailing MTN, giving it a chase in the gainers table yesterday, is now losing, making a loss. Of course, we've talked about the gainers, Nestle, Better Glass, Mobile, and MTN, which has remained on this chart since it listed on Thursday. Moving on now, we see that in summary, a total of over 500 million shares were traded in 6,042 deals, and that yielded 8.680 billion naira. Moving on to the global stocks now. All right, the FTSE, Dow Jones, and Nikkei all ended or closed the markets in the reds today. So that's all on the stock market review today. It's back to you, Aneta.
That was a very good business. Yeah. The furniture you brought was very perfect.
But that's how we roll.
Let me do you receipts.
Yeah. How much was it again?
1 million naira.
Okay, write 2.5.
No. The deal was for 1 million naira now.
Okay, write 3 million. I'll give you 500.
Oh no, I just do business like that now. Yeah.
In that case, give me back my check. Let me go and look for someone that understand business.
Take.
Your loss.
But it is only for incorruptible customers. What are you talking?
Now get out.
What kind of this?
You will just die.
No,
you will die.
That is the door. Now get out from here.
Rubbish.
Look, my people, make we only add money for original invoice price. That's not corruption. Say no, not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to secure another 5-year term with a landslide general election victory. Results so far show that his BJP is set to win about 300 of the 543 seats in Parliament. The main opposition alliance, which is headed by Rahul Gandhi's Congress Party, has admitted defeat. The vote has been widely viewed as a referendum on the Prime Minister's Hindu nationalist policies. Over 600 million people voted in a marathon 6-week process. Modi has not just exceeded exit poll predictions, but has also won a larger share of the vote than the 2014 elections partial results show. Paris Saint-Germain president Nasser Al-Khelaifi's lawyer has denied an allegation of corruption against his client relating to the hosting rights for the World Athletics Championship. According to reports in France, Al-Khelaifi is accused of validating an illicit payment of 3.1 million or 3.5 million euros to help Doha's bid to stage the finals in 2017. However, his lawyer, Francis Spinzer, has described the allegations as totally inaccurate. Qatar was unsuccessful in bids for the 2017 event, which was held in London, and the 2020 Olympics, but won the right to host the 2019 World Athletics Championship, which are due to take place between September 28 and October 6. And that's it from here on News Now on TV360 Nigeria. Many thanks for watching, and bye for now.